Hello students, welcome to the lecture series of Formal Languages and Automated Theory. My name is Gopi Simhadri, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, VFST at Deemed to be University. So now, in this session, we have to discuss two-stack PDA. So in the previous session, already discussed what is PDA and how to convert the PDA to CFG and CFG to PDA. So now we have to see two-stack PDA. So normally, for accepting regular languages, we are designing finite automata. Okay, for accepting regular languages, we are designing finite automata. So this is the machine to accept regular languages. So what are the regular languages? In the form of a power n, where n is greater than or equal to 1. So this type of languages can be accessed through finite automata. And next one, so according to Chomsky normal form, for accepting a power n, b power n, where n is greater than or equal to 1. So this language is called as context-free languages. Context-free languages. So for accepting this type of languages, we can generate another machine that is called push-down automata. So normally finite automata doesn't have capability to accept context-free languages. Why? Because there is no auxiliary memory for accepting this type of languages. So here in this previous regular languages, we can accept only one input type, but here we can accept different types of inputs. So for that purpose, we are adding one auxiliary memory, that means stack, and it is a finite automata. So this machine is called as PDA. Okay, so for accepting this type of context-free languages, we are taking PDA machine. Now we are going to accept a power n, b power n, and c power n, where n is greater than or equal to 1. So these languages is called as context-sensitive languages. Context-sensitive languages. So then, how to accept this type of languages? So in the previous push-down automata, previous machine push-down automata, there is only two inputs. So whenever we are accepting these inputs, we are creating one machine PDA. In this PDA machine, we have a memory, that is stack. So this stack having some memory limitations. So this type of context-sensitive language it cannot be handled. So now we are adding one more stack, that means two stacks. So we are adding two stacks to the machine that is called finite automata, that is called two-stack PDA. That is called two-stack PDA. For adding one more stack to PDA, that machine can handle context-sensitive languages. Okay, so that is a power n, b power n, and c power n, where n is greater than or equal to 1. So these type of languages can be handled by the two-stack PDA. So here, what are the state transition diagrams? So how to accept input? So I will draw the diagram. So this is the input tape. This input tape will be divided into different blocks, and this is my finite control machine. Finite control machine, and here this is the reading head. For example, this is the reading head, and this is input symbol is, for example, X. Okay, input tape is the input tape and finite control. In normal PDA, we are having only one stack. We are adding only one stack. For example, this is one stack, and top of the symbol is Z0. So in normal PDA, we are having only one stack, but in this concept, we are taking two stacks. Okay, one more memory we can add it, that is Z1. For example, this one is called as stack 2. Okay, and these are the stack one head, stack one head. This is the stack two head. Okay, so this is the diagrammatical representation to input tape and finite control machine, and this is the reading head. So if the input is X, and we can read the finite control with the help of stack machines, different stack. We are adding two stacks. Okay, so these are the double stack PDA. So then what are the tuples for this two stack PDA? So here the definition, the two stack machine having different tuples. In normal PDA having 7 tuples. In this two stack PDA having 9 tuples. What are these 9 tuples? Capital Q, sigma, tau 1, tau 2, transition function, and initial state, Z0, Z1, and F. So total 9 tuples. Total 9 tuples. What is capital Q? It is set of states. Set of states. Capital Q represents set of states, and sigma represents set of input alphabets. Set of input alphabets. Set of input alphabets, and tau 1 represents stack 1 alphabets. Set of tau 1 represents set of stack 1 alphabets, and tau 2 represents set of stack 2 alphabets. And next one will transition function, we'll see later. Next, Q naught. So Q naught represents the initial state of the machine. And next one, Z naught. Z naught is the initial symbol of stack 1. So initial symbol of stack 1, that is nothing but, it is nothing but Z0 belongs to tau 1. And next one, Z1. So Z1 is initial symbol of stack 2. That means that Z1 belongs to tau 2. Okay. Next one, here the last one, F. Capital F represents final state. Capital F represents final state. Capital F represents final state. Next one, transition function. So now we'll see what is a transition function. So here the transition function will take in initial the set of states as input. Set of states, now it will take set of states, and it will take any input symbol from the sigma, and epsilon also one of the input symbol, and it will take stack symbol from tau 1 and another stack symbol from stack 2. So these are the inputs for two stack PDA, and it will move to any states in capital Q, and it move to it will takes capital Q, it move to any state in Q, and the stack symbol, the first stack symbol may be pushed or popped, and another stack symbol, that means another stack, that means tau2 may be pushed or popped. So these are the transition functions. In this transition function, it will take 4 tuple as an input and it produces 3 tuples. Capital Q, it will take any state in the queue and input from alphabets and stacks input symbol, stack 2 input symbol, and it produces these tuples. It moves to any state in the capital Q, and the element in the stack 1 may be pushed or popped, and the another element in the stack 2 may be pushed or popped. So these are the definition for the 2 stack PDA. We'll see one example. So design a 2 stack PDA for the language L is equal to A power n, B power n, C power n, where n is greater than or equal to 1. So here, what is the logic? First of all, we have to write the language. What are the strings in the language? A power n, B power n, and C power n. So number of A's followed by B's and C's. So here, if n equal to 1, the string is A, B, C. If n equal to 2, 2 A's followed by 2 B's followed by 2 C's. Okay. And if n equal to 3, 3 A's followed by 3 B's followed by 3 C's, and so on. So this is the language. So these are the strings in the language. So then what is the logic to construct a 2 stack PDA for this language? I will explain with the help of the diagram. So this is the input tape. For example, I am taking the string is A, B, B, C, C, and finally the string ends with a epsilon. Okay, this is the input tape, and finite control machine. So this is the finite control machine. Now initially the reading head control starts from A, and initial stack 1, for example, I am assuming stack 1 is S1 and the top of the symbol is Z0. Now this is the stack 1 reading head, and I am taking another state, that is Z1. So this is the stack 2. So now what is the logic to construct a 2 stack PDA for this language? So initially read all A's onto the stack. Now all A's pushed onto the stack 1, and next one all B's, and then next read B's. So all B's are pushed onto the stack 2. Then for every C we can pop up each element onto the stacks, stack 1 and stack 2. For every C we can remove the element from stack 1 and stack 2. So then what is the logic? So initially read A. Now we can push the element onto the stack. Next again A, I can push that element onto the stack 1. And next one, if a reading head moves to this place, the input symbol is B, and again I can push that element onto the stack 2, and next input symbol is B, that input symbol also pushed onto the stack 2. Now for every C we can pop up the elements onto the stack, both stacks at a time. So now for every C we can remove this element. Next input symbol is C. Now again we can remove these 2 elements. Okay, so this is the logic to construct a 2 stack PDA for this language. Okay, that how to construct a transition diagram how to draw the transition diagram for this language. So now I am in state q naught. This is the initial state. Now I am in state q naught. If input symbol, for example, I am taking the string as AA, BB, CC and ends with the epsilon. So this is my example string. Okay, for example, I am taking the string as AA, BB, CC. Okay, so if the input symbol is A and what is the top of the element in the stack 1 and stack 2? Z0 and Z1. If the input symbol is A and stack 1 top of the element is Z0, and what we'll do? First one, read all A's. So the element A should be pushed onto the stack 1. That means A Z0, and what is the remaining second stack? For reading A's, stack 2 will be ideal. That means what is the top of the stack 1? Stack 2. That means Z1. Okay, and then later again, so this first A will be over, and what's the next one? Again the input symbol is A. If the input symbol is A, now what is the top of the stack? I am inserting one element onto the stack. Now top of the stack element is A, and what will do? Again this A also should be pushed onto the stack. That means A, and the second stack, top of the element is Z0. Top of the element is Z0. So now all A's should be read. What's next? Again read all B's. So now we'll move to another state. For example, if input symbol is B, top of the element is Z0. Now in this situation, we are not doing anything onto stack 1. So now the input symbol is A. Input symbol is B, and stack's top element is A. Leave A as A, and top of the element and stack 2 is Z1. Then we can push B also onto stack 2. If input symbol is B, stack 1 top of the element is A, leave A as A, and stack 2 top of the element is Z1, and push that input symbol onto stack 2. Okay. And now here first B will be over, and next I am seeing another B. So now I am taking another state. So here number of B's will be there. So for input symbol is B, top of the element is A, leave A as A, and top of the symbol, now B on the top of the stack symbol, stack 2, and number of B's should be pushed onto the stack. Okay, pushed onto the stack. Next one. For every C, what next? For every C, we can remove each element onto the two stacks. We can remove the top of the elements onto the stacks. So now we can remove for every C. For example, if the input symbol is C, top of the element on stack 1 is A, and top of the element in stack 2 is B. Now remove that two elements onto two stacks. Stack 1 top of the element and stack 2 top of the elements. So these two elements should be removed from the stacks. Okay. So here number of C's should be there. So now we are moving to another state. Number of C's. If input symbol is C, top of the symbol is A, we can remove pop up that element onto the stack, and also remove B from stack 2. Okay. So here all C's we can remove A's and B's from the stacks. Okay. So now in this situation all A's from the stack 1, all B's from stack 2 should be removed. Okay, so now we are in stack 1 and stack 2, top of the element is Z0 and stack 2 top of the element is Z1. Now all elements input symbols also over. So now we are reading the input symbol is epsilon. If input symbol is epsilon and stack 1 top of the element is Z0 and stack 2 top of the element is Z1, now we can accept the given string is accepted. The given string is accepted, or the given language is accepted. So this is the transition diagram for the language of A power n, B power n, where C power n, where n is greater than or equal to n. N is greater than or equal to 1. So here how to construct A power n, B power n, C power n 2 stack PDA. So this is the logic. For example, I am taking 2 A's, 2 B's, 2 C's. For initial step, number of A's should be read. For initially, A should be read. That means A should be pushed onto the stack 1, and then next B's, all B's should be read. That means B should also be pushed onto that stack 2. Next, for every C, we can remove that elements onto both stacks. A and B's should be removed from both stacks. Okay, this is the logic to construct a 2 stack PDA. So we'll see what are the transition functions. For example, I'm taking the input string as AA, BB, CC. Okay, so initially we are in state Q0. If the input symbol is A, and so in 2 stack PDA, transition function will take 4 tuples as input and produces 3 tuples. If we are in state Q0 and input symbol is A and stack 1 alphabet is Z0 and stack 2 alphabet is Z1, then move to, we are in state Q0 and that A should be pushed onto the stack and second stack will be remaining same. Okay, next one, we are in state Q0. If the input symbol is A and top of the element is A and stack 2 top of the element is Z0, then A should be moved onto that stack 1, Q0, AA, Z1. AA, Z1. Next, if input symbol is Q0, now these 2 A's should be over. Next, if the input symbol is B and stack 1 top of the element is A and stack 2 top of the element is Z1, then B also should be, we can move that state Q0 to Q1. Input symbol is B and top of the element is A and stack 2 top of the element is Z0, that B should be pushed onto that stack. A as A and B should be pushed onto the stack 2. Okay, and next one more transition. Now we are in state Q1. State Q1. If the input symbol is B and stack 1 top of the element is A, now what is the stack 2 top of the element? B. B as stack 2 top of the element. Now again can push that B onto stack 2. State Q1, stack 1 top of the element and stack 2 can push that B also onto the stack. Okay, now so here the 2 B's should be over. The next one, the input symbol is C. Now we are in state Q1. If the input symbol is C Stack 1 top of the element is A, stack 2 top of the element is B. Then what should we do? Remove the elements on each stack. Okay, you can remove. So move to state Q2, and we can remove the stack 1 element and stack 2 element also. So at a time we can remove both stacks elements, top of the elements. And next one, so now I am in state Q2. Again I am reading input symbol is C, top of the element also A, B. So the A, B are two stacks top of the elements. Then we can move to state Q. So now I am in state Q2 and remove all the elements, top of the elements on the stack A, stack 1 and stack 2. Okay, so here we can pop up all the elements in both stacks. So now we are in the input symbol is epsilon. So in this situation all C's, A's and B's are over. Then now if the input symbol, now I am in state Q2. If the input symbol is epsilon and stack 1 top of the element is Z1 and stack 2 Z0 and stack 2 top of the element is Z1, then we can move to state QF, and what is the top of the element on stack 1? Z0 and Z1. So here we are reaching the final state. So here we are reaching the final state, then the given string is accepted. Okay, so these are the transition functions. So in transition function it will take 4 tuples as input and produces 3 tuples. So in this way we have to construct a double stack PDA. The next one, design a 2-stack PDA for the language L is equal to A power n, B power n, C power n, D power n, where n is greater than or equal to 1. So this is the language to construct a 2-stack PDA for this language. Okay, so what are the strings in the language? So L is equal to, the language should be defined as number of A's should be followed by B's and C's and D's. Okay, so if n equal to A, the string is A, B, C, D. If n equal to 1, the string is A, B, C, D. If n equal to 2, A, B, B, C, C, D, D. If n equal to 3, and 3 A's, 3 B's, 3 C's and 3 D's. Okay, so number of A's should be followed by number of B's, number of C's should be followed by number of D's. Okay, so these are the different strings in the language. So then what is the logic to construct a 2-stack PDA for this language? With the help of the diagram I will explain. For example, this is the input tape. I am taking the string as A, B, B, C, C, D, D, and at the end of the string is epsilon. This is my finite control machine. Finite control. Okay, first reading head moves to starting input symbol is A, and the stack 1 input symbol is, first stack 1 input symbol is Z0. This is the stack 1, and another stack 2 is, that means top of the input symbol is Z1. This is the stack 2. Okay, this is the reading head and stack 2 reading head. Okay, so now what is the logic to construct a 2-stack PDA for this language? Okay, so here first we have to read all A's. That means we can push that element A's onto the stack 1. Okay, so first we have to move A and A. Next time, for the input B, we can move that input symbol B onto stack 2, and corresponding top of the element on stack 1 will be popped up from the stack 1. So first we can move that element onto the stack 1 and corresponding V A should be removed from the stack 1. And next, if input symbol is B, we can move that element onto stack 2 and we can pop up the top of the element onto stack 1. Okay, now for every C we can push that element onto stack 1 and remove the top of the element. So now the input symbol is C, we can push that element onto stack 1 and corresponding top of the element on stack 2 should be popped up. So this element now should be removed. Now another C, the input symbol is C, we can push that element onto the stack 1 and remove the top of the element onto stack 2. So this element should be removed, that top of the stack. Okay, so now stack 2 should be emptied. So here next the input symbol is D, now stack 1 should be removed. So this top of the element should be removed. So if you are reading, the input symbol is D and top of the element onto the stack 1 should be pop up, this element should be removed from the stack 1. And next, if the input symbol is D and the top of the element in the stack 1 should be removed. So now stack 1 should be emptied and stack 2 should be emptied. So then the given string is accepted. So then we can reach the final state. Okay, so then how to construct a PDA, two-stack PDA machine for this language. So I will draw the transition diagram. Now I am in state Q0, state Q0. I am in state Q0. This is the initial state. Next, what is the first one? For reading A's, we can push that elements onto the stack 1. Stack 1. Now we are in state Q0. If input symbol is A, top of the element in stack 1 is Z0. What should we do? We can push that element onto stack 1. That means A Z0. A Z0. What is stack 2? So the top of the element also remains same. Z1 is same. Okay. Next, if input symbol is A, now what is the top of the element? So this A should be pushed onto the stack 1. A pushed onto the stack 1. So A, now top of the element in the stack 1 is A. Again, we can push that element A onto the stack. So this A also should be pushed onto the stack. Now A, and what about the stack 2? Top of the element is Z1. So Z1. Okay. So in this step, all A should be inserted onto the stack 1. Okay. So for example, this is my string A, B, B, C, C, D, D. This is my assumed string. Okay. So in this step, all A should be pushed onto the stack 1. So now coming to the B's. So these A should be pushed onto the stack. So now what about the B's? For every B, read B's onto the stack. That means A should be pushed onto the stack and corresponding A's should be popped up the stack 1. That means how to write the transition function. If input symbol is B, we can push that input symbol onto the stack. That means top of the symbol is in stack 2 is Z0. That B should be pushed onto the stack. And what about the stack 1 element? We can remove this element onto the stack. So how to write this one? We can remove that element from the stack. Okay. If input symbol is B and top of the symbol in stack A should be removed and stack 2, we can push that element B onto the stack. stack 2. Okay, so here number of bits should be there, so we can write like this: state q1. If the input symbol is b, number of a should also pop up from the stack 1, a epsilon, and previous step b should be inserted, and now I am reading this b, so this b also should be inserted. So now top of the element b, and again b should be pushed onto the stack. Okay, so 2 b's inserted and corresponding stack 1, all a's should be removed from the stack 1. Okay, so these a's should be removed. So now I am reading, so these a's should be removed. So now the input symbol is, C. Input symbol is C. This C should be inserted onto the stack 1, and corresponding B in stack 2 should be pop up from the stack 2. So how to write this transition? If input symbol is C and stack 1, what should we do? If top of the symbol, now all A should be removed. So what is the top of the symbol? Z0. Now we are pushing that element C onto the stack Z0. So input symbol is C. This C should be pushed onto the stack 1. Now what about this stack 2? This B should be removed. So one C should be pop up into the stack 1, and one B could be removed from the stack 2. So this B should be removed. Now this is the state q2. So here another input is C. So number of C's is there. So now if input symbol is C, we can push that elements. So again in this situation, top of the symbol in stack 1 is C. Again we can push that all elements onto the stack. So all C should be pushed onto the stack, and B should be pop up that stack 2 C, and remove the stack 2 top of the elements. So now in this situation, top of the symbol is C, and this B should be removed. This element B should be removed. So now the stack 2 be empty. So this one, this is the Z0. So Z1. Okay. So now now the input symbol is D. Next, the input symbol is D. Input symbol is D, and top of the input symbol in stack 1 is C, and stack 2 input symbol is top of the element is Z1. Okay, so in this situation, we can pop up the element onto the stack 1 should be this element, and leave this second stack. So input symbol is D, and stack 1 top of the element should be removed. That means C should be removed, and Z1 is Z1. Okay, leave that second stack. Okay, also already it should be emptied. So now in this situation, we have to move the new state, and now number of D's is there. So now if input symbol is D, all C's should be removed, and in this situation second stack should be ideal. In this situation, all C's should be removed from the stack 1. Okay, so now here all the input symbols, now in this situation these C's, element C's should be removed from the stack 1. So now stack 1 top of the element is Z0, stack 2 top of the element is Z1. So now the input symbol is epsilon. Now the input symbol is epsilon, and stack 1 top of the element is Z0, and stack 2 top of the element is Z1. Then we can accept the given string. So if the stacks should be emptied, then the given string is accepted. So this is the transition diagram for constructing the language of a power n, b power n, c power n, d power n, where n is greater than or equal to 1. So here the logic is number of a's. First you have to read these a's, that means we have to push a's onto the stack 1. Okay, and the next one we have to read this b's, so that means we have to push that b's onto the stack 1, and corresponding a should be removed, pop up from the element onto the stack 1, and again one more b is there, that b should be pushed onto the stack 2, and this a will be removed from the stack 1. So next, reading c's. For reading c's, we can push that element onto the stack 1, here c, the corresponding stack 2, top of the element should be pop up from the element, pop up the element onto the stack 2. Again we can read that next c, we can remove stack 2, top of the element onto the stack 2. And next one, for reading these, so in this situation stack 2 should be emptied. So now finally top of the element is z1, and stack 1 top of having number of c's is there, so is equal to number of d's. So corresponding d's, whenever we are reading d's, the d's should be removed from the stack 1. So for reading one first d, we can remove this one, and next d for remove this one. Okay, so now both stacks, both stack 1 and stack 2 should be emptied. So top of the element is z0, and here stack 2, top of the element is z1. So then the given string is accepted. So in this way we have to construct a 2 stack PDA for the language a power n, b power n, c power n, d power n, where n is greater than or equal to 1. Thank you.